Being a professional athlete is one of the most glamorous jobs we can all think of. If you're a superstar for, say, 5 years, you can live the luxurious lifestyle of mansions, Lamborghinis, and yachts for life, not to mention supermodels. And some superstars are filthy rich simply because the teams that paid them made a huge mistake. When you sign an athlete to a huge contract, there's no going back. I'm Daquan Young, and here are the 10 most overpaid athletes in sports right now. And a big shout out to Reflexive Monkey for giving us this idea. Please leave your suggestions in the comment section and we might even do one of them. Number 10, Darrelle Revis. Revis Island shut down some of the NFL's most elite receivers for nearly a decade, including Randy Moss, Steve Smith, Wes Welker, Calvin Johnson, and Brandon Marshall. Revis won Super Bowl 49 with the New England Patriots and was a crucial part of their success. Revis returned to his old team, the New York Jets, on a 5-year deal worth over just $70 million a season ago in 2015. He had an awful start to 2016, and it appears as though the 31-year-old won't do anything more than steal $17 million from the Jets in 2016, $13 million in 17, and just over $10 million in each of the following 2 seasons. Number 9, Pablo Sandoval. The Boston Red Sox looked like geniuses for paying Sandoval a 5-year deal worth $95 million in 2014. The 3-time World Series champion with the San Francisco Giants hit safely above 270 in his final 4 seasons donning the orange. In his first year with Boston, Sandoval was putrid. 10 home runs, a .245 batting average, 73 strikeouts, and a wins above replacement of -0.2. Sandoval only played 3 games in 2016, and I bet Boston wished they had a refund. Number 8, Dion Phaneuf. Phaneuf scored 54 goals in his first 3 seasons with the Calgary Flames. That's really good and almost unseen from a defenseman. The Flames made a controversial call to deal him to the struggling Toronto Maple Leafs in 2010. Phaneuf would ink a 7-year deal worth $49 million despite extremely mediocre stats. With fans turning on him, the Leafs dealt him to the Ottawa Senators, who'll carry him for 5 more seasons. Number 7, Joe Flacco. Flacco played like an elite quarterback for 4 playoff games in the 2012 season, culminating in a Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl 47 championship. The team rewarded him with a 6-year extension worth $120 million in 2013. In his first year of that deal, he threw 19 touchdowns and 22 interceptions, and Baltimore missed the playoffs. The next year, 27 touchdowns and 12 picks. Good, not great. He had 14 touchdowns and 12 picks in 2015, but missed the final 6 games with a torn ACL. Prior to 2016, the Ravens gave him a 3-year extension worth just north of $66 million, but his stats prove he's not worth all that money. Number 6, Dustin Brown. Brown appeared untouchable with the Los Angeles Kings. The captain won Stanley Cups with them in 2012 and 14, but GM Dean Lombardi surely regrets being so generous to his team's leader. In 2013, Brown was given an 8-year extension worth $47 million. Ever since he signed on the dotted line, the 32-year-old hasn't topped 28 points in a season. In 14 and 15, this two-way forward had a plus-minus rating of -17. Someone got paid, overpaid. Number 5, David Price. The 2012 AL Cy Young winner was one of baseball's most dominant pitchers, but not anymore. Price, who has double-digit wins in each of his last 8 seasons, signed a 7-year deal worth $217 million with the Boston Red Sox after leading the Toronto Blue Jays to the ALCS in 2015. Price's stats faltered big time. His 3.99 ERA was his worst since his first season as a starter. The same for his 1.2 WHIP. He allowed 30 home runs, a career high, and he allowed 5 runs and 3.1 innings in his first playoff start with Boston. Now, at age 31, he's clearly lost velocity on his fastball. It looks like the price will be wrong in Boston for a long time. Number 4, Goran Dragic. The bad news for the Miami Heat was losing LeBron James in 2014. The good news, LeBron's departure left room to sign Goran Dragic to a 5-year deal worth roughly $85 million. Wait a second, it's not good news at all. Dragic did average 20.3 points per game, but that was with the Phoenix Suns in 2013 and 14. Dragic averaged 14.1 points per game with the Heat in 15 and 16. With Dwayne Wade in Chicago and Pat Riley moving out Chris Bosh, Dragic stuck in no man's land, which means he can at least see his bank account fill up. His stats, not so much. Number 3, Jairus Byrd. There was a time when Bird was one of the NFL's premier ball hawking safeties. A 3-time Pro Bowler with the Buffalo Bills, Bird racked up 9 interceptions in his rookie season. The sky was the limit for this guy. In 2014, the New Orleans Saints paid him $56 million over 6 years. He missed 12 games in 2014 with a knee injury. In 2015, he was among the worst safeties in the NFL, and overpaid at that. 2016 has also been a mess, as rookie Von Bell has stolen playing time from him on some occasions. Looks like Bird would have been better off as a Bill for life, because New Orleans isn't working for him. Number 2, Brock Osweiler. So let me get this straight. You start 6 games for the Denver Broncos, put up very average stats, go 4-2 because of your elite defense, and you'll get $72 million over 4 years? Sign me up. In many ways, life is good for Brock Osweiler. He spurned the Broncos after losing his starting job in Week 17 of 2015 by joining the Houston Texans. John Elway appears to have enjoyed the last laugh though. Osweiler has been an interception machine in Houston, while the Broncos have fared just fine with Trevor Siemian and Paxton Lynch. How nice it must be to make so much money for throwing 10 touchdowns and 6 picks in just 6 games. Number 1, Albert Pujols. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim thought they were getting baseball's ultra superstar when they signed Pujols to a 10-year deal worth $210 million prior to the 2012 season. Hasn't worked out that way. Pujols, who is a 10-time 300 hitter and 11-time 30 home run hitter with the St. Louis Cardinals, has become the most overpaid athlete with the Angels. Sure, he's hit 30-plus homers 3 times, but his batting average in 2016 was .268. In 2015, .244. It was no lower than .299 with St. Louis. The best wins above replacement he's posted with LA is 4.6. With St. Louis, it was above 7 8 times. Oh, and the worst slugging percentage he posted with St. Louis, .541. His best in LA, .516. Sorry LA, but you have the most overpaid athlete in sports. Who do you think is the most overpaid athlete in sports? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we totally appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Being a professional athlete is one of the most glamorous jobs we can all think of. If you're a superstar for, say, 5 years, you can live the luxurious lifestyle of mansions, Lamborghinis, and yachts for life, not to mention supermodels. And some superstars are filthy rich simply because the teams that paid them made a huge mistake. When you sign an athlete to a huge contract, there's no going back. I'm Daquan Young, and here are the 10 most overpaid athletes in sports right now. And a big shout out to Reflexive Monkey for giving us this idea. Please leave your suggestions in the comment section and we might even do one of them. Number 10, Darrelle Revis. Revis Island shut down some of the NFL's most elite receivers for nearly a decade, including